Well, not only is it important to work out our bodies, but it's also good to work out your brain. Ansley Watson explains to us just how to do that. She has more on that. Good morning, Ansley.
Good morning, Sam. Now, you won't believe it unless you see it, but I'm standing in the first ever brain gym. That's right, it's a gym to work out one of your most vital organs. So it's called NeuroTrainer, and to use it, you need to put on a pair of these virtual reality goggles. Stay with us, we'll talk more about what it is and how to even use it. Reporting live in Marquette, Ansley Watson, TV6 News.
All right, thanks a lot, Ansley. Sounds like it's going to be a good morning for all of us. Maybe take some notes on this one.
Good idea, yes.
All right, and Cassie, welcome back. It's 12 past the hour. Well, new technology has been developed now that will help you exercise your brain. It's called the NeuroTrainer, and Ansley Watson joins us this morning to tell us a little bit more about it. And Ansley, I just want to say, don't work too hard.
Sam, I think I actually do need to try this stuff out. It's really, really neat. So the concept of making your brain stronger is just incredible. Joining me this morning is Dr. Jeff Nyquist, and he is the founder of NeuroTrainer. Good morning. Thank you so much for being with us.
Good morning. My pleasure.
So just give us the background, the history of where NeuroTrainer came from.
Sure. In my PhD research at Vanderbilt University, we invented a video game that repaired and improved vision for visually impaired kids. And so that was kind of a landmark piece of science. And then we kind of put it on the shelf because it required a lab and lots of equipment and not a way to scale it up and give it to the world. So fast forward 10 years, we now have virtual reality hardware. We can put that hardware, that lab, into these goggles and give it to the world.
Talk to me about how you're actually working out the brain rather than just using your eyes.
Yeah, this is very much the software, the brain behind the eyes. And so basically, just like going to a weight room and lifting weights that are artificially difficult, we can now, with computers and technology, provide a workout for the brain that's much more intense than normal life. And so what these high school athletes here are doing is being given a challenge that you just can't get in real life. And ultimately, it's expanding their vision into a floodlight where they see everything simultaneously.
So talk to me about athletes and how, say a basketball player, he's on the court. How is doing this going to help him in the game?
Yeah, so in athletics, you have to make compromises because you can't pay attention to everything simultaneously. And so that basketball player will be able to up their awareness, their overall awareness, to make less compromises. They'll be able to see several simultaneous options to choose from.
And then talk to me about how this can actually help prevent concussions.
Yeah, that's really exciting to us. So again, going back to that idea of improving your awareness, if you're a football player running down the field, you no longer have to be over-focused on one part of the game so that you can still see that threat coming out of your periphery and get out of the way of it.
So as of right now, this is just helping build the muscle, your brain. It doesn't really help diseases, brain diseases, or anything like that, correct?
Right, so we're not a silver bullet for everybody. This is a very specific tool used for very specific purposes. We believe that we have a concussion tool, a sports tool, perhaps a driver safety tool, but we do not, unfortunately, have an option for Alzheimer's or memory loss at this point.
You're talking to me about the legally blind children and how long did they have to play this before you started seeing improvements in their sight?
It was dramatic. Those kids, 8 to 18 years old, played for only 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, and even more surprising, we came back 12 months later and the effect was still there. So it's not necessarily like a muscle, it's more like software that got upgraded.
So you can play this just a few times and what you've learned, you won't lose it.
Exactly.
That's incredible.
It is.
Stay with us because we are going to talk so much more about this and see how this just works. Reporting live in Marquette, Ansley Watson, TV6 News.
All right, thanks a lot there, Ansley. And Cassie, it's just wild how far technology has come and how beneficial this can be.
Right, that is so cool, something I would like to try out.
Yeah, and maybe some people would rather do a virtual reality step outside than actually do it today.
Right.
Welcome back, it's 45 past the hour. Well, the first ever brain gym is in Marquette, and Ansley Watson is there this morning showing us what the NeuroTrainer is all about. Good morning, Ansley.
Good morning, Sam. I was going to tell you that I've been working out very hard this morning. You probably can't tell the sweat is inside my head.
Wow.
So
I believe it.
Stay with us for that one. But we're here with the founder of NeuroTrainer, Dr. Jeff Nyquist. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
So behind us, we have a couple of athletes working the program. Please explain to us how this is working your brain.
Sure. So just like you go to a weight room to lift weights that are more difficult than what you can find in normal life, the NeuroTrainer Brain Gym is giving you a task that you can't, that's more difficult than what you can find in normal life. So what they're doing here is they're tracking multiple objects that are flying around. For us, it looks like it's a couple of feet wide screen. For them, in virtual reality, that's a 20-foot wide environment that they're looking at. So it's a fully encompassing task. And so they're tracking 2 green balls out of 10 total, and they have to keep an eye on them, and you see how fast they're moving. The computer adaptive algorithm is adjusting in real time to their ability level, so it's constantly just a little bit more challenging than what they can handle.
Now, virtual reality, how is this possible right here? Why that?
Well, okay, so virtual reality is a $10 billion play right now. The biggest players in the world, Samsung, Sony, Microsoft, Facebook, they've all put $10 billion into building this hardware, and it's all about to be for sale to consumers. These are development kit levels, so we have early access to it, and we're using that to build our software.
Okay. Now, this is just kind of like a starter program or a game, I guess.
Correct.
You guys are going to build onto this, correct?
Yeah, this is what software developers call an alpha build. So it has the functionality, but it doesn't have any of the bells and whistles yet. So over the next 6 months, we're going to go to the beta build, which will have basketball courts. You'll be on a football field if you're a football player, or whatever your context is. And then over the rest of 2016, we're going to get to a version 1 and go on sale to the world, hopefully for the Christmas season of next year.
Now, I know you've been wanting to target athletes for this, and we have a couple of athletes here. I'm going to walk over to Dylan. And Dylan, you have been playing this game. Talk to me about what you've been seeing. What are the challenges here?
There's just a bunch of balls like floating around, small ones and bigger size ones, and you have to watch the 2 green ones. And whatever one is the right one, you pick either blue or red ball, and you pick one of them, and if it's right, it dings, and if it's wrong, it buzzes.
Do you feel like it's stretching your brain?
Yeah, it's really hard.
We'll keep at it. You're doing a good job. Now, Jeff, this is just absolutely incredible, and I know that you want the world to know all about this. Is there a membership fee? How do people get involved?
So the Brain Gym's going to open in March. So right now we're doing a crowdfund hosted on our own website. So if you go to neurotrainer.com/crowdfund, you'll get an opportunity to pre-order and therefore back us for our opening in March. You can get a membership for $100, or there's other options. You can back us in many ways. But yeah, I would encourage the community to help us out and get this launched.
I know you're super excited that this is probably going to help out with concussions. How so?
Yeah, we're super excited about that. So the idea is when you're on your field, your rink, your court, you have to make compromises. You can't pay attention to everything, and that's when the injury occurs. And so we may have the very first proactive solution to concussion, which is if you can see more, you can see the threat before it ever happens and get out of the way of it. And so we'd be the world's first proactive concussion tool.
Wow. You've already had people try this out and use it, athletes. What do they say about this?
So you look at this and it looks kind of boring, it looks really simple, and but people are blown away by it. They actually enjoy it for a video game. I ask kids to rate this from 1 to 5, 1 being the most boring, 5 being the most amazing game they've ever played. They actually rate this as 4 or 5.
Wow, this is really, really neat stuff, and good luck with this. This is incredible. Stay with us, reporting live in Marquette, Ansley Watson, and we'll be back with more of your TV6 Morning News after the break.